warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Azizah Miftahul. I'm from class 2A on this education department. Today I will make the final assignment of extensive listening. First of all, I will say thank you to my lecturer, Mrs. Annie, who has given us this assignment. In this occasion, I will make a review from the movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Happy watching! Darwin and his theory explained how humans and primates were so close to each other. Such evolution describes primates as rudimentary, primitive form of human beings. But when humans are compared with other primates, is the value of perfection definitely achieved? Is it legal to call humans the highest ranking creatures? So many experiments are carried out until finally Will or Gianfranco find an almost perfect formula to treat Alzheimer's. Trial after trial was tested on several chimpanzees. The result is formula Alt 112 and bright A's. A chimpanzees display extraordinary intelligence. Moving on to the next stage, the Alt 112 formula is ready to be presented in front of the guest-sized salad. The lab work will work as well as trying to showcase his work on bright A's. Unfortunately, the experiment failed. Bright Eyes went berserk and had to be shot dead. It turned out that Bright Eyes left a baby chimpanzee behind. Unable to bear it, Will took him home and took care of him like a father. He named the baby Geezer. Over the years, Geezer develops with extraordinary abilities and lives like a human. Living at home with Will and his father, Geezer lived a life of ritualistic eating at the dinner table, living silent language, and even designed like a normal human. All goes well until one day Geezer tries to protect Will's sick father, but accidentally injures the neighbor. This incident resulted in Geezer being sent to a primate shelter with another primates, which different generally from Geezer. His fear, alienation, feeling of abandonment, and desire to rebel finally mingled together in Geezer's head. He also tried to drag his brain to get out of the shelter. This film is trying to show the relationship between creatures that are said to be still in the same evolutionary line. The relationship between Will and Geezer is described so beautifully since Will brought home Geezer, who was left behind by Bright Eyes. How sad Will is for these small creatures, who is also admired for this intelligence. Time and again, scenes of Will, his father, and Geezer sitting together at a tree, starting from dinner, playing chess, or even just laughing together, enjoying the warm atmosphere in their house. What's more, Will's fathers held his improvement since Geezer joined their house. Will's father, who suffered from Alzheimer's, is indeed one of Will's twin pigs, trying to test his version of human. The result is satisfactory, at least for Will's father. Geezer's creative development changed rapidly after his arrest and placed in a shelter. Among the primates who live in a shelter, Geezer is like an alien among other primates class creatures. Geezer's fear was so clearly illustrated when he looked at the other apes. Visually, Geezer's differences are very clear because he was clothed like humans, while others don't. Geezer seemed to be out of his comfort zone, from home to a forest he had never known. This is like showing the irony for an ape. How should they survive in the forest or the open? But instead find their fear and discomfort there. Kishan should be able to survive with the help of his fellow apes, to be able to live in isolation and limitation. In fact, Kisar was even hostile to his fellow. The irony didn't last long. Kisar, above a French intelligence due to Alt 112, allowed him to turn his fear to strength. It was this power that he showed to other apes that he was not an ordinary ape. Instead of simply using force, Kisar relied on the strategy he devised to free himself from the shelter. Unconsciously, Kisar's thinking ability also helped him change the character he had so far. He was able to think that he didn't just have to follow what Will or the other human had ordered him to do. Finally, he followed his ego and instinct as an animal. When he led a group of monkeys on the run from soldiers, his instinct directed him to a forest he and Will had previously visited. Of these films is played slowly and increasingly raises the tension of the audience along with the growth of Kisar from childhood to adulthood. Initially, we will be introduced to little Kisar with all the compassion after the death of Bright Eyes, his mother's. Will's love over the years resulted in a monkey who grew like a normal child and was loved more and more. The comfortable and compass of saying Kisar grew up begins to be disturbed when Kisar shows his brave side and his real animal character. The climax, when Kisar issued his first word, like a child who speaks for the first time, Kisar showed his position as an ape who can already speak, that his identity. Kisar's character is what can equalize his position with human. Kisar, who has felt a father's love since childhood, is and dresses like a human, like placing apes on an equal footing with human and successfully increases with each other. Seeing how the equality that occurs between two creators that are said to have originated from one evolution. Kisar himself is not like an animal who only uses strength, but his heart and mind are honed with or without wheels at 112. Simulation of affection is what makes Kisar show his identity that is different from apes in general. Even his identity almost resembles a human. Okay everyone, maybe enough here my review about the movie The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and then I will show you the trailer of this movie for make it easier to imagine what I have said before. Okay, happy watching!
We're talking about huge potential for millions of people.
Our therapy enables the brain to repair itself. We call it the cure.
I want you to start testing on chimps ASAP.
We test one subject. I want to make sure it's stable. I designed the 112 for repair, but Caesar's gone way beyond that.
You mean increased intelligence?
With skills that far exceed that of a human counterpart.
This is wrong, Will.
It works.
And what about Caesar? Where does he fit in?
That chimp's company property.
He hasn't spent any time with other chimps.
They're not people, you know.
Are you trying to control things that are not meant to be controlled?
They are contaminated. Put those apes down.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.